Hey there, sign of Sagittarius. This is Kim with your messages. These messages are meant to find you in the next 3 days. Within the next 3 days, they will be beneficial to you in some way. There is some kind of message you need. It is for a breakthrough. Here this season, I have found that the breakthrough spread works really well at figuring out what we need to have breakthroughs about in life and keeping us on track. Sometimes it's a steady path of small breakthroughs that really amount to some big things, right? Big changes in our life and our experience. All of these messages are for you to have a better experience out of life itself. So I open up to your angels and your spirit guides for these messages. May they be for your Most High. That is the intent. All right, Sagittarius, and thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the video, commenting, viewing the video. If you need a private reading, the information's in the description box. You get a private link to a reading that's just for you within 48 hours. So let's see what your breakthrough spread says. Okay, what we need to have a breakthrough about, or the pattern, the challenge, the breakthrough, what your strength is at this time, usually gathered from your past experiences, projected outcome, or predicted, but you know, what we're going to work with the energies. Alchemical wedding on the bottom. That is very, like about divine masculine, divine feminine energies within our bodies coming together as whole, complete, and being able to really have a very strong, powerful manifesting ability at that point. So it's the alchemical wedding. We'll grab 2 from the archetype deck. The bottom here is the river, which could mean about getting into flow state or allowing yourself to go into flow state, allowing the spirit of the universe, your angels, to guide you around obstacles, around problems, flowing, the flow of current, river, prosperity. It can mean a lot of things being in flow state. So we're going to pull 2 from the tarot, the journey of the sacred bee, and we will pull 2 from the 108 oracle also. Well, we'll pull 2 for the breakthrough, 2 for the advice, and 1 for all the other ones. The 3 of discs could be talking about you laying down, planting the seeds, you know, planting the seeds, maybe getting the information or the research or the skills that you need at this time. It is so that the next step is building on a foundation. Sometimes this involves cooperating with other people or collaborating. All right, 2 for the advice spot, 1 on the outcome, 1 on your strength, and 2 for your breakthrough. Bottom of this deck says it's time. It's time for action. Things are fast tracked, ready to unfold quickly and smoothly at this time. So it's time for this. All right, let's see. What do we need to have a breakthrough about, Spirit? It might be about our finances, our divine inheritance. This is the harvest season, a change of seasons, and there's 9 gold balls. Also a garnet or a ruby could be significant to you, could mean something to you. Oh, okay. The 4 of Swords, recovery is what it says, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So it is about having a breakthrough. It feels like with your finances, with home, Spirit wants you to know that you're supported at this time and to definitely be taking care of yourself. Take time out. Time out to feel good. Yeah. What does this one even say? Yeah, alone time. There's something here really important about your alone time right now. You are going to have this harvest. So the bedroom says sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. I think it's about relaxing. More than anything, relaxing and making sure that you're spending time out for yourself, taking care of yourself. Yeah, oh, definitely if there's a Five of Swords energy present, you're going to want to take time out. Five of Swords can feel like conflict or drama. It can feel like there are other energies kind of working against you or trying to pull you in different directions. It would be hard to focus in this energy. It would be hard to not feel like everything was like some sort of struggle or fight. But they're wanting you to withdraw from this energy. Yeah, that's what they're saying with that, and with that being a clarification. Let's see what the challenge is. The darkening. Okay. The darkening card. Yeah, that's how it feels. It feels exhausting. It feels like a dark night of the soul. It's heavy. It's a challenging energy to move through. There can be a feeling of suffocating, of like heavier energies keeping us down in some way. But if you notice, there is this raven. It's clutching onto a pearl, and this snake is coiled here. So when this bird flies, when the energy is freed, everything gets free. And then there's a pearl of wisdom also from the experience. So let's see what else we have about it. It might be regarding work and worry, sadness, or going through a dark period, regarding something that you actually have mastery in or you're very good at. It's about those things you do every day, day to day. 8, and 7. Oh, okay. Okay. What is this one? Okay, a timing card is coming out. All right, so the 7 of Cups, it says seduction on it, but what it is because it's other options in life that can lure us in, and sometimes some of those options make it hard to see things clearly. That's why this card can also be linked to escapism or wanting to escape in some way, and you know that's something that a lot of us do from time to time, especially if we are experiencing some kind of form of darkness in our life, a slump, or sadness, despair, anxiety, even depression. It makes those options of escaping really tempting. It does. So we'll figure out how we have a breakthrough, and choosing wisely is really important even with that. I have a timing card which might be talking about when this is actually letting up. I like the timing card. I'm going to take it to mean the zodiac signs that are associated here with this timing card, which it says Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And as you know, we're still in Leo, and then the next season is Virgo. So I think your timing here is actually very soon. That's why its time card came out. So we're talking about like a month or something like that, where it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Maybe get another message here on work, please. Or the 8 of Pentacles. Let's get another message on that, please. The 4 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So the 4 of Pentacles is for you to guard your energy at this time. Work on your stability, your foundation. It's about withstanding, but sometimes this card also can be when we're having to let go of some things from the past that we are attached to, especially if they're not working anymore. So it could be about doing something like in a very different way in regards to work or whatever it is that you are, how you are productive in life. Whoa, we're breaking through what is against our nature. That might be why we have that as the challenge. So when something is against your nature, it's good that it's actually in the breakthrough spot, because that's what we're breaking out of. We're breaking out of the box. We're having a breakthrough about what does not feel right to us. This can be in terms of like a relationship that doesn't feel comfortable or doesn't feel right to you. It can be a job that feels suffocating, or like it like there's energy vampires everywhere at your workplace. Whatever it is, if it's an environment, it's something where it makes you feel off. It doesn't feel natural. And so we're having a breakthrough through this energy, and I think that that's actually good to get. And loving and nurturing yourself is really important. For some of you all, you actually have a very like a mother figure who's very strangling, or they are very overly trying to protect overly, and they may be like suffocating that energy. So you may be having a breakthrough regarding your own mother. And it might be that. But I see this more, since I have the Four of Swords, as you loving and nurturing yourself. And you're doing what feels right when you come out of that energy. So I have the Hangman, which makes sense because it's a waiting period. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. And I do have part of the challenge being that something might take in the next few weeks. Like it might be the next few weeks before some sort of solution comes. You're going to have to stand firm with your boundaries. That's part of your breakthrough also. So the Hanged One and the Queen of Swords, she has the sword right there at her mouth. And it's because she's really good at communicating. She's firm. She's stern. You may be a mother also that's having to be put in this position where you're having to really put your foot down and say, no, this is how it is. This is how it's going to be. She's fair though, you know, she's still connected to her heart space. This Queen of Swords can be a man or a woman. It doesn't have to be gender specific, but I feel like if you draw the lines with the sword, and if the sword is not appreciated, then it's used, you know. So I have inventor, innovation, imagination, creative, gadgets, technology, groundbreaking developments, okay to fail, do it again and again, inspiring ideas, setting trends, a mastermind, and the modern era. And the still, which means you just get better with time. So someone is getting better with time. You have a lot of taste. It's about fine-tuning things. So maybe this is about fine-tuning. Let me find out more about your breakthrough. Let's get this deck for your breakthrough. Okay, this is a blend of the Kipper and the Lenormand. Loving, nurturing yourself, placing healthy boundaries, using the sword to cut out people and situations that feel unnatural to you. The woman and the man, 2929, are coming out. That is a divine masculine, divine feminine energy. It's a match. It is like the alchemical wedding in a way. So if this is you and you have both of these energies within you, these are very powerful energies to create and manifest with. If it is a person, then I would say you may be meeting your divine counterpart soon. Have a gift as part of your breakthrough, a gift coming in. She's holding it with two hands. It's something kind of big. It's like an Ace of Pentacles. It has been a long road to get to where you are, but you're here. But you're getting here. You're here. Oh, good. And we have a major commitment or a desire here. Somebody sees you as like the whole package here with the moon. For one thing, they desire to commit with you, or this is a really big commitment coming up. And it might have to do with something you invent, something you come up with. The moon card in the Lenormand means fame, recognition, appreciation, getting seen for something, being put in the spotlight in a big, major way. It's like whatever you do is going to get really noticed. And I'm thinking that there's probably going to be a lot of people that will be drawn to you, and that you will have many choices and options. Not all are clear, right? We have to be careful with that. It's because you're being viewed as this really loving, warm, nurturing, very smart person. the sword, the man with the sword, the woman, the Queen of Swords. This looks good. A long road, but you're getting there. Different meanings for different people with this breakthrough. But they all center around a major commitment coming in, you needing to be firm, clear with what you say, also clear with your thinking, reading over any contracts or anything that comes over very thoroughly. No one can really trick the Queen of Swords, you know, so that's why I think you'll be fine on that, and know that something's just getting better over time. And here is your strength. Pulling from past experiences is your ability to open up to a completely new experience. Like your ability to be open to something you have never tried before, to give it a shot, and it's worked out in your favor in the past. So I have the Knight of Swords. Yep. That blue rose, that's that new spiritual experience, something you've never experienced before, the first time experiencing it. Knight of Swords is your ability to be determined, making swift changes if you need to. It's also this like, I'm going to fight for this, or I'm going to go for this attitude. It's a fighting spirit, and it's in a way of like, okay, there's the opportunity, I'm going to seize it. I'm going to seize the day. So your willingness to jump on an opportunity, to seize it, to welcome it with open arms, in a sense, without delay when it comes in, is your strength. So remember that, because they're telling you that, because something is going to come up where it's going to be like, okay, you either accept it, and you go on and you seize it, or you don't, but I think you will. Partnerships, Three of Cups, your ability to come together with people that you love, friends, family, and celebrate joy and abundance. And I think also part of your strength is your ability to see the wealth, the richness that exists in many different areas in your life. Being able to see the wealth within your partnerships, your relationships, those people that sometimes you only meet them for maybe 4 months out of your whole lifetime, but they were genuine people. You valued the friendship while it was there, for whatever time that it was there for. It served a purpose, and you see that as wealth in your life, and it is. And so that ability to find the richness, the sweetness in life, to pull out the life force, and live in it, and be open to it coming in different ways, is you appreciating and manifesting abundance. Okay. It is the person that breathes in the air every morning and says, this is what is so abundant right now. I am abundant. It is that person that's going to easily manifest anything for themselves. And I think that's you. Okay, so let's go to the outcome. Oh, good. Okay. The yellowing card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength card. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a good card. So this card means that, we'll just give the example of what I like to say from experience. If you've ever had a bruise, and it gets at first it's a darker color, and then when it's almost healed, it's almost back to your regular color, it will turn like yellowish color. And that is a way of staging a wound. Once it starts giving, a bruise, when it starts giving that yellowish color, you kind of know that it's been there enough or long enough to where it's almost healed. And that's why they're saying that you're really close to something in your life being really healed and new and made ready for this, which is the new experience, the new season. It is going to be fortunate, and you are blessed with the power and the strength to get through anything. Absolutely. And so get through this last cycle here of healing, whatever this healing, even if it's an old mother wound, something to heal, something to nurture yourself at this time with love, care, kindness, compassion. And you're about to have a new experience for sure. So chess says strategy, planning, checkmate, grand design, thinking ahead, tactics, moves, counter moves, master plan, course of action, power play, game theory, consequence of actions. That's the Queen of Swords. She knows, you know, she knows strategy. She knows to make some important, well thought out moves. And so they're asking you to, I feel like they're asking you to visualize what this next new chapter is going to be. And that being a really big part of your strategy with it coming about. Tell me a little bit more here about the new chapter. Strength card and chess card. The moon. It's very mysterious. And strength again. It is mysterious, but there are changes. So I have the moon here. Lenormand means fame, means being seen, and really standing out. Big spotlight on you. Bright. Okay, you're essentially reflecting the image of the sun. You're reflecting it. So everyone sees you as a mirror of this light, immense light. So changes are coming. When it's coming from the tarot, I would definitely say changes are in the air, but it's mysterious. You have to trust in your own strength at this time. You have to keep on believing in your, having that self-confidence be real high. Because it's coming. And look, Eight of Pentacles twice. And it's, this person is, oh, and I love it. And the World. And then this card, I actually like this card for this reading. I'm pulling it out. It gets a bad rap in tarot, but I don't think it's a bad card. So the Eight of Pentacles is your mastery level work. Of course, there could be some major changes, upgrades, accumulation, things going on when it comes to what you work. But see, it says learning a trade, gaining mastery. It could definitely be what this Three of Discs is. And look what's peeping out. The Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Wow. They're saying you have the skill and the know-how. Put in the effort. Plant the seed. Because you have all of your wishes being granted. You have that heaven on earth perspective. Meaning you're able to visualize it and you deserve it and it's coming. This is your ultimate happiness and the happy family, happy home, all of that. You have the world at your fingertips. You will have the world at your fingertips. It is the new cycle also. And the Seven of Swords, I'm looking at like this chess. There's strategy at play here. And we're not telling people about our strategy. That's a really important part of your strategy too. Is kind of keeping something a little bit to yourself. But yeah, the world at your fingertips. It's lessons learned, new chapter, and you're ready for it. And it's coming. I think it's coming in a very strange, mysterious way. But isn't that the way Spirit works? So, ooh, breathe. I got really into your message. Let me get some coffee. Advice from your angels now. Oh, pretty. It has no name yet. It is neither this nor that, but we do have the blue rose twice. The blue rose twice. There's something to be created here. It is a new project, a new endeavor. We have the spirit animal of the spider. Could be weaving dreams. Could be weaving nets of prosperity. Branching out to different connections that you're going to make. This has no name yet about what is to be created and who it's going to be with. I see this as maybe even either the person or the experience is going to be like night and day to what you were used to. We have two rainbows. The promise of a bright future ahead also. Ah, exciting. And you are the gem. The gem is within you. And where do you find the gem? In this card, you find it in the underworld. You see the worms? And where are you at with the darkening energy? You're in this energy. That's where you find a gem, which is like maybe even a new aspect of yourself that emerges. It's going to be like, I'm glad I found this about me or discovered this. It can be an opportunity that you find in the most unlikely place. Yeah, oftentimes that will happen. Even when you're dealing with energies like this Five of Swords, even when you're dealing with energies that are trying to complicate things for you, sometimes no, most of the time, their actions are on such a different frequency or lower frequency on you that all they do is they like automatically get alchemized. So what I mean by that is like they could send you what they think is going to be a complication for you. It makes you think of something else, and then that benefits you. I know that sounds very general, but what I'm saying is something could be thrown your way in order to make things harder, and it ends up making something better and even allows you to find a gem. It's something within that of, it's almost like when, don't mess with the chosen one. When they say that, I think the reason they say that, well, the reason that I pick up on why that statement actually does mean something is because there's this energy, especially with the people that watch my videos, the people that are drawn to my videos, have a lot of love in their heart and really don't want to be around the Five of Swords energy, and they definitely do not want to cause this energy directly onto anybody else. So when it is done to you, like I said, there is some higher power, there's protection, there's a force that like automatically diverts it into a way that makes it beneficial for you no matter what. And in a sad way, their karma is going to be to see you be very, very successful despite. Okay? I had that revelation today, actually, with an experience of somebody trying to send something my way that was meant to complicate, was meant to frustrate, and it actually led to me opening a door I wasn't going to open, and that door benefited me. And then Spirit came to me in meditation earlier and said, "Do you want to know why that happened? Do you want to know why it's always going to work out like that for you?" And so yeah, I think they're talking to you too. Okay, so what do we have? I have baby, cardinal, new beginnings, rapid growth, a fresh start, unlimited potential, innocent, continuing the legacy, needy, warmth, purity, new phase, birth of a child, vulnerable. This is the beginning. It's only the beginning is what they're saying. So this is you, innocent, the whole experience, innocent. And fine print, which we talked about a little bit on your breakthrough, because I felt like there might be contracts with things for you to sign, things for you to look over. Make sure you're looking at it with a lot of focus, with a lot of detail. Check for things that are hidden with your intuition and your clarity of thought. Okay, and it says don't assume too. Don't assume. Okay, and then I have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords, which is interesting that I just talked about things that could try to possibly derail or complicate your focus, interference. Yeah, they're not going to be able to. The only way that they can't is to get you to obsess about something that is not a real limitation. So if somebody can mess with your mind, or if energy itself can try to get into the way and get you thinking about things that are other than your freedom, other than the ways that you can find opportunity, then they're essentially keeping you in your own mental prison. All right, and away from what you need to be focused on and aligned with in regards to your higher self, in regards to your plan, in regards to X marks the spot. So which is what you need to be focused on. So let's yeah, Five of Wands. I do have a feeling there's actual interference here, and I have a feeling you're navigating it, because I'm noticing these flies here, you know. And I don't know if you've ever had that experience where out of the blue there will be a spot or something somewhere where there shouldn't be any flies, and then there's just like a ton, like 100 or more. Like, I'm feeling spiritual warfare. This is what I'm feeling with this, that you're getting through. It is a lot. It's a lot. This spiritual warfare that's coming through is trying to It's trying to get you in your head. It's trying to get you in your head too much. Instead of focused on the things that you need to be focused about, which I know it's hard with the being in a darkening phase or dark night of the soul to think of the ways that you can have your happiness and your heaven on earth, but that's really what you're supposed to be focused on, that and the strategy here. Okay. Tell me about more on the advice on how to deal with this. That's too many, Spirit. Eight of Cups. Turn the other way. Turn the other way. Walk in the other direction. Turn the other way. Walk in the other direction. Eight of Cups says escape on the card right here. Says escape. This is when something's been overdone. It's very unsatisfying. You have a lot of eights here. Eight. It's a lot of abundance and prosperity. This is dissatisfaction, but they're saying, yeah, leave that area then. Or emotionally figure out how to disconnect it. How to cut the cord emotionally from whatever it is that's been bringing you very down. Two Hangman energy. It says abused, scorned, forsaken. The Hangman is an energy of sacrificing and hanging in there for a while. And sometimes it's to get a different perspective. Sometimes it's to see seize the opportunity. Other times we've been getting nudges through our intuition to leave a situation that we've stayed a little too long in. But it will be different for each person here. The Lovers is coming. Oh, and the Chariot. So hang in there, because there is a crossroads coming up and a soulmate, because this is like Lover's energy too. It's just something that's not manifest yet, has no name. This might be romantic. This might be for business. It might be for business and romance, and maybe just for friendship. But it is going to be like a big change. I almost said bridge. I almost said the word bridge. So it feels like a partnership that is going to, this choice, this decision, it's going to be like the bridge into a very different way of existence. Look what the card says. This is Sci-Fi Tarot. It says their passion brought war to the galaxy. So night and day, it might even be something that others might not approve. It might be something that's looked at as like, well, that's a taboo relationship, or that shouldn't go together, but it absolutely does. But it absolutely does. And then this card says the unstoppable vessel, the Chariot, on your way to success, on your way to victory. You are unstoppable. You are unstoppable. Okay. Yeah. Maybe do one more of this. Whoa. Can you tell me more about this situation that they've been dealing with? Not that I want to actually focus on those energies, but I just want to figure out how to help you get through it. Marriage in the reverse and the Tree. And so this is when we've had a partnership or a commitment, a serious one, that we're changing because it was life draining on us, or financially draining, energetic. It's all energetic anyway. It was draining on us. We hung in there. We made lots of sacrifices. We're escaping the prison. We're escaping the mental prison of feeling like you have to be in a certain spot when you don't. When you don't. Here's the birds and here's the change. So, stressed you may feel, frenzied and busy, but you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, because this also means you're putting in the effort. And here we have change connected to it. So whatever this represents to you, know that you're going to be free from it. This offers the flow of the river and the fish, which is prosperity. And like we were talking about before, briefly, about flowing around your obstacles, your problems, and your challenges. Definitely put in work or effort. Put in effort, because it's going to pay off, and it is going to grant you the change that you're wanting to see. Yeah, okay, so now we'll do an angel number message for you. And I'll close out with that. Closing out Sagittarius reading. Make it a really big point to let you know how intelligent you are and to focus at this time in this reading. In general, they're making a big point to show you that. Yeah, okay, the whip. Okay, so 25, you have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of the world. I am intelligent is your affirmation. And 1212, stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. I am focused. That's why it's important to put in the effort. Place those seeds down, learn that skill, figure out what to do or what the next steps have to be, because your strategy is going to pay off and you'll see results, it seems, pretty soon here too. So I'm leaving you with love, light, Sagittarius. Bye.